In today's video we have a very informative topic for you. You would definitely enjoy and be appreciated us after watching the video, because I'm bringing you today's list of top 10 food streets around the world. Without wasting time, let's move forward to video. When visiting other countries, street food is one of the easiest and cheapest ways to get a taste of as many traditional food items as possible. For all you foodies out there, we've put together a list of the top 10 best street foods around the world. We take a delicious trip around the world to see the most delicious street foods. Number 10. A cross between an open sandwich and a pizza, Poland's zapiekanka is definitely a street food that you need to try at least once. According to Live and Invest Overseas, the baguette dates back to when Poland was occupied and food was scarce. The traditional zapiekanka is a halved baguette topped with mushroom, onion, and cheese. After it is baked, it is served with ketchup. More recently, vendors have added other toppings to zapiekanka, such as ham, sausage, and even sweet corn. It's easy to see why this is the most popular street food in Poland. Number 9. If you have a sweet tooth, then Belgium is the ideal destination for you. Not only is it home to some of the finest chocolatiers in the world, but it's also the home of the Belgian waffle, which is now a phenomenon all over the world. Still, the very best Belgian waffles can only be found on the streets of Belgian cities like Brussels. There is usually no need for syrup, cream, or other sweet toppings on traditional Belgian waffles since the sweetness is added during the cooking process. Some are dusted with sugar to make them look extra appetizing. Number 8. Vegans and vegetarians don't have to miss out on some of the best street food the world has to offer. There are plenty of veggie-friendly treats available, including Bangladesh's biryani. This is the perfect way to get in more vegetables. A wonderfully simple dish, biryani is made from slices of eggplant. These are then battered and fried, shallow or deep, in oil. As street food, the dish is mostly served with rice. It tends to be a staple during Ramadan and is also found in the Indian province of West Bengal, according to the Daily Meal. Number 7. The Aussie snag may not be as fancy or aesthetically pleasing as some of the other iconic street foods from around the world, but it's a national favorite. Often sold outside of hardware stores as a treat for shoppers, the snag is an incredibly humble dish. It basically consists of a sausage that is barbecued and then put into a slice of white square bread. The traditional snag is topped with grilled onions and ketchup, which is just called sauce in Australia. Sometimes, you can also get snags with mustard. Number 6. We bet you've never had street food like this before in your life. Fast becoming a favorite of influencers on Instagram, Halo Halo is one of the prettiest foods you'll ever see. In English, the name translates to mix mix according to Hostel World. The ingredients tend to vary depending on where you are in the Philippines. Most varieties of Halo Halo contain evaporated milk, fresh tropical fruit, ice cream, and shaved ice. There's also jelly or a jelly substitute, in addition to an exotic ingredient that's similar to Rice Krispies. Number 5. Now you can get chili crab in restaurants all over the world. But many credit the invention of the dish to Sher Yam Tian, who first served chili crab to customers from a street cart during the 1950s, according to rough guides. So it may not be a strictly street food anymore, but it certainly started out that way. Traditional Singaporean chili crab is served whole. The sauce that comes with it is made using tomato, egg, and chili, and ends up having both a sweet and sour flavor. Number 4. Across Eastern Europe, you'll be able to find variations of the addictive pastry known as burek. Whether you're in the streets of Dubrovnik's Old Town or on your way to Sarajevo, it shouldn't be too difficult to get your hands on some delicious burek. In Bosnia, burek is usually stuffed with ground meat and then cooked to golden perfection. When it's served, the flaky pastry just melts in your mouth. There are plenty of other pastries on offer as Bosnia and the rest of Eastern Europe, but burek tends to be the one that leaves the biggest impression. Number 3. Almost everyone has tried falafel at some point in their lives. Now one of the most popular foods among health fanatics everywhere, falafel is actually thought to have originated in Tel Aviv, Israel. And in our opinion, the street vendors of Tel Aviv still make the best falafel in the world. The recipe has been adapted to suit a variety of tens, but Hostel World reveals that the classic version in Israel is made using ground chickpea, cumin, coriander, paprika, garlic, onion, and parsley. Street vendors might sell it wrapped in pita or on its own. Number 2. If you're a real meat lover, then you'll want to try anticuchos while in Peru. Though they resemble any regular kebab, these Peruvian specialties are probably different from the kebabs that you're used to. Why? In most cases, they're made using cow's heart. The heart is marinated in a variety of spices and vinegar and is then threaded onto skewers in between vegetables such as mushrooms, onions, carrots, and peppers. Normally, anticuchos come served with some kind of carb, like a boiled potato or a piece of bread, and are topped with a garlicky, lemony sauce. Number 1. Contrary to what you might be thinking, bunny chow is not food for rabbits. And no rabbits are ever harmed in the process of making it. Basically, this South African classic is thick curry served in a hollowed loaf of bread. The most famous street food in Durban, bunny chow can come with a variety of fillings, many of them having an element of spice, originating as cheap food from a time where locals didn't have a lot of money. The dish today is adored among South Africans.